The day was bright and the excitement filled the atmosphere as people prepared from villages to urban centers to welcome a new independent Uganda. But for the family of Mzee Juma Gyagenda and his wife Yudaya Namutebi, their preparations were for something else. Having sought antenatal services from the government hospital in the central district of Masaka, the Gyagendas already knew that they were expecting twins. And as the country regained its independence on 9th October 1962, the twins were born. These were to be named Bogere Wasswa and Lillian Nakato.
That the hospital staff, people showered us with gifts that they had to take us to a special room to be able to accommodate our gifts. Like, the excitement was unbelievable. Like, even when I talk about it, I remember the excitement and joy they used to talk about that day.
This is just a story that was told to them by their parents of what transpired on that day. It is an excitement about their uniqueness that was extended beyond home to school when they began studies.
They would make you feel so great, but I don't think we had made any contribution to being born on Independence Day. But the teachers will kind of lift it up before the students, make us feel special because remember we were twins, we were born on Independence Day. So like they tended to uphold us a bit up there.
I remember when I was in primary 7, people used to call me Independence Boy because I was born on Independence Day.
For Lillian Nakato, it is an experience that shaped her ambitions. She always wanted to be on top, to the extent of securing a job while still at university.
And sometimes it makes me feel I want to remain there even in academics. So I'll try to read ahead of people, and I was able to be on top academically for a long time.
They have both lived to see the unfolding of political events in the country, especially from the age of 7. The coming in of General Idi Amin Dada, the expulsion of Asians, and his eventual overthrow are some of the happenings that remain fresh in their memories.
When he chased the Indians, at the beginning we were in school, the Indians were in their schools, we were in our own schools, and when the Indians left, we now went into the Indian schools. I was also one of those who joined Aga Khan, and we felt so good. To us as children, we didn't understand what it meant to the economy, what it meant to the Indians, but we were just excited that the things we were admiring for a long time, we could now access them.
I was here when the guerrillas, when Museveni went to Rowero. That war, I watched what was happening here, and I've always told the young men to go slow because they have not been here to see what actually has been happening.
One of Lillian Nakato's recollections of Idi Amin's regime remains what she describes as a double presidential marriage ceremony within 1 week.
I understand after the wedding, his advisors told him the wedding was not grand enough. A whole president, you needed to have invited presidents from other countries, this and that. And you remember he was a Muslim. I think he had done it the simple way. So then he told them prepare. They prepared, he invited the guests. There were now so many. And he repeated the wedding with the same woman.
Some of her dreams may have been achieved. Blessed with no hassles for government jobs, but her pride of being Ugandan remains top. However, 60 years later, there are some missing links that she thinks could make Uganda more independent. It is an idea equally shared by her twin brother, Wasswa Bogere.
Banks, all those parastatals and government would come and call us for interviews when we were not even interested. I remember I got my first job in public service when I was still at the university, so they had to wait for me now to join work. So those are some of the things I remember. We are very good that time.
The moment you educate your child up to a 6, then you are free of what we call fees. But you relax, so you struggle and say, okay, I'll take my child up to senior 6. After advanced education, then I'm free. But now you have to educate your child all the way up. So 60 years after independence, I think we should be in a better position than we are today.
From babies to toddlers, teenagers to adults, and now elders, the story of Wasswa and Nakato tells the possibility of accomplishing a lot in society.
I've had an opportunity to travel to many countries, but sometimes I go to countries and they appreciate Uganda so much and you feel embarrassed. Like for them, what they've had, the good things they've had, they've taken them to heart, they've praised us for them, and yet you find the Ugandans don't even know or don't even care.
Nakato, a mother of 3, is due for retirement from service, while her twin brother, a family man too, is still active in transport business. Henry Okrut, UBC.